or trying to arrest or to detain or whatever.
Aya tara abe nyasa ngaro nyalema asa tanu le nyonyandi nyama wala nyinti ay balang nadahala wala ay noma puru nyin kamala asa nambara no nyame silo kan silawo silala.
Would that have been lawful? Absolutely not. Why was it expected that he would behave in such a way? Because over the time, we've all witnessed, his kind of erratic decisions and actions. We've all witnessed those kind of things in the past. Ala manyalu to akawmanya sangarolu menu kenu ntuma nintuma ni misali kama kulu dulu keta menu kibaru futata mawalai menu je. Isn't that really putting it mildly? It wasn't just erratic behavior. You're talking about his propensity to commit crimes, to violate the rights of Gambians. That's what you're talking about. Aldo fo manke manyale me alonko aka Gambia dingol la nyantol le tinye ibulu manke nyindi donka akake adia akela nyantol le tinye ibulu. I wouldn't know the context of other people who had those kind of experiences with him, but for me, my experience with him, it never went that way. So personally, I cannot say that, that I cannot associate that thing to him because he has never, Ndeta fono la alaw sangara manyalu Benjamin ka anin dolu tambita silo menna ka to ndena ate tema o sangara kolu fasolo lu men mandu na tema wala na o kentela atambita Mr. Gano iba kunyi saying iba talaka ne saying iba nyandikan. People's situations are different. Mr. God, I'm not talking about your specific situation. We are talking about Jame's personality, his character. From your own word. He was erratic. He could have had you arrested even though that was illegal. To violate the rights of Gambians. For umanya kang umanya sifalo for umay tandila ko ya jamme ko aka Gambia dingol la nyantol tala kitinya. But the fact that he did not do that to me answer the question. The question is not specific to you. Remember, you are under oath. You are a senior officer of the Gambia National Army. The rank of a lieutenant colonel. One step from a general. We expect you absolutely honest. That is our expectation. Is the minimum we can. And that something else is he could be the devil, isn't it? Isn't it? Actually, I was like 2 ranks away from a brigadier general, first of all.
But you are drifting further from the truth, Mr. Gano. Your knowledge of a person is not limited to your you can know about a person from that person's interactions with other people. True or false?
That's right.
In fact, you said that Jame was temperamental. You said he was erratic. You said he was unpredictable. You said sometimes he is an angel and the next time he was something else. I will fill in the blanks. When we say he is today a devil, the next day he is something else, by that we mean he is the devil. And that is exactly what you meant. True or false?
Being erratic and unpredictable, it can be two ways. It can be erratic and unpredictable in a good way.
Mr. Gano, these are not positive characteristics, are they? I don't know whether the Mandinka interpretation is correct, but these are not attributes that people are praised for, being erratic. These are not attributes that anybody would hail in any person, isn't it? In fact, these are negative attributes, aren't they?
They are, but we all have them as human beings.
We are not talking about we. We're not talking about we. We are talking about Jame. These are your own words. You have described him as something opposite of the angel, didn't you? In fact, that means he is the devil sometimes. I see you shaking your head. Could you indicate a yes or a no?
Yes, based on the testimonies I have heard here, I can come to that conclusion, yes.
But not only that, you had more intimate interactions with Jame, being with him almost on a daily basis for 18 months. You knew him. He was the devil sometimes. That is your testimony.
Will it surprise you if I tell you that during the 18 months I served with him, he was more an angel than anything?
To you?
To me, and
yes.
Based on my interactions with him?
Yes, to you. But to use your own word again, fortunately, this is not about you. This is about other vulnerable members of our society. And how he treated them. That's why you said sometimes he was the devil. The record does not show nodding. Say yes or no.
Yes, but I came to that conclusion after hearing the series of testimonies on this TRRC, I came to the conclusion that yes, sometimes he was really, something else.
Ako betul afanana talawola. Bila mulla sede yarol moy menu fo ama wala nata itandi ndefana nako totonya nyim fanan malaiko kola asekeno le fendoti.
No, he is the devil sometimes. That's what you say, right?
Ansuluka iko atela mujino di waro do yola.
Unkona experience what is based of cool men moy at the TRRC yang ngani conclusion also to hade woda jika sifal babulule barinte natela personal experience during the 18 months wato men nambije ama woda jiko.
Let's get that clearly.
Okay.
What I am driving at is, we want to have truthful testimony from you. Your being here would send a very good signal to members of the Gambia Armed Forces who are still wearing our uniform. The values that you saw here would be important to them.
Kansul kay mbe mayita la Gambian kulu la wala menni ya lonko hanim bi na banko la sojar uniform wala be wolula pour isa long sojar ya amakamo abelari nyami nyimbanko kalafta o betale yitandila banko sojar wala nyintembe.
We want you to be absolutely truthful.
Lafta yellow tonya kan memu tonya saharimot.
That is the only interest we have.
The
truth and the absolute truth. You did not come to the conclusion that Jammeh was truly the devil only after TRRC. You must have known before.
Asikeno amanke ko biriye TRRC lamoelom inata lonko Jammeh musetanolti. Bari asikeno ite fango yalon ne janibe mulu lamoela menu nata TRRC.
True or false?
There were incidences before even the TRRC started that we, members of the armed forces and the general public, were all aware about.
And from those incidences, you were able to draw the conclusion that this person was not a good man.
Not necessarily.
But you were able to draw conclusions that he could be the devil sometimes.
I'm not sure I used the word devil. I used a serious man. But what I mean is actually not somebody who can be, let's say, aggressive, violent, that kind of person.
Mr. Gano, we have a lot of ground to cover. Let's stop dilly-dallying. And call a spade a spade. When you wrote your piece, you're a very eloquent person. You have good command of the English language. You cannot turn around now and want to sugarcoat it.
itele kuma kan yin safe andu yi tubabu kan ya mo la sene ate male.
The truth is, you said Jame can sometimes be the devil.
Ya iko ya Jame wato do akake ginol di warando seytano.
That's
my statement.
You just hear me out. You just admitted to that here. I filled the blanks for you and you accepted it. You said sometimes he's an angel and sometimes he's something else. Those are your exact words. And I feel that the blanks to you, that something else is the devil. And you said yes. So no amount of sugarcoating would make the devil equivalent to someone who is violent. But even if we were to accept that, the violence part of him, the violent character of Jame, is not something.
But counsel, look at the context. Sometimes these incidences were in relations to an attempt to overthrow him.
Were they? Were they?
Some of the incidences, witnesses have come here and they said they were part of a plan to overthrow him. And
Mr. Gano, are you a lieutenant colonel who would encourage rule of law, or are you a lieutenant colonel who would encourage violence, rule by the gun, doing everything by the power of the gun?
Council guy go lieutenant colonel de me maka multi me alonko ibe maralo kela loi la maralo betili nyabetil na wala bam fo kido la maralo ibe
of law.
Very happy to hear that. The violence was wrong, it was unlawful. Correct. The extra unlawful, were they not? Those were unlawful. Things we are talking about.
Council they
are all unlawful. And they are all an attack on the rights of constitutionally guaranteed rights of the Gambian people. What was your answer?
Which question was that?
The last questions. All these are violations of rights of Gambian people.
Absolutely.
Can we have the answer on the record, please? Good. So now let's go back to your role as ADC. What was your role?
One of the roles of an ADC is VIP protection.
Another
one is to be a personal assistant to the VIP. And any other administrative issue around the office. The role of an ADC starts when he steps out of his house and it ends the moment he enters his house again.
Every time he steps out of his house.
Correct, Council.
And in January 2007, Yaya Jammeh made an important pronouncement about treatments. Do you remember that?
Very well, Council.
Could you tell us?
He convened a cabinet meeting. Invited all the press, the JRTS and the others. And then made a declaration that he has got the means to treat HIV and AIDS.
Mr. Witness. Spade is spade.
Council ka sedo na tuonyamu tuonyaldi.
And let's avoid putting a spin to events that have taken place. It's already a bitter pill. Don't sugarcoat it. It as it is. What did Jammeh?
He said he can.
Mr. Foye kuma kan odila do membe safero roba
You in fact signed this statement just at around 2 p.m., correct? Correct?
Yes, Council.
And before signing it, you read the statement?
Yes.
The contents of the statement would be fresh in your mind. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Could you take a look at this document? That is your statement. You acknowledge we have the interpretation.
Mr. Chairman, ila dunyo kamera vla
get it from my colleagues. But with your permission, can I have it admitted as an Thank you very much, Mr. Gano, you have your own copy, don't you?
Yes, Mr. Gano, you left some copy.
You go to Can you read paragraph 3, please? Read it out.
The Presidential Alternative Treatment Program
because Jaralo and Kendeyandi are different. So Jaralo may we're talking about Kendeyandi and we're not talking about Jaralo because Jaralo is a loose term, isn't it?
Unotoleng ala jararo ako ala jararo ayadamuta.
Yes, proceed please. How did he do that?
Ayo Kenya dile.
Jararo Kenya dile.
There was a kind of a hut, an enclave, just about 100 meters from his residence.
Dula bije membe ko bundingo meya lonko mitar keme ana ala tarabungo fongo tema.
That was the place he was using as a treatment center.
Je amunta te kak ako akala jararo tamandi woleto.
Could you describe what went on in that place as part of this treatment program?
Jaralo nyi wijo nyimbe keka waro mena. Foisa fono nyi mune kita nunje.
Before actually he came out, patients were already registered.
Janinga be fintilangu. Sasa tolu fongo safeta lungo tumo.
I don't know what process they went through and how they were registered.
Malo ya silo tamandi nyameng aning safero nyin keta nyameng.
They were already assembled at this treatment center.
Bari wotumo biring alungo sita ye bendile ateko akajara ro kedameng.
And then the medicine was also already prepared and then brought to the treatment center.
Andu wotumo ateleka jara ro ke boro menna wotumo yo dadale hanfo ya nati o jaral dinkiratu.
So basically he will just come out and administer these medicines to the patients.
Amunta na watu sita ka findina na doron ka boro nyindi wo sasa tolula.
As far as you know, what diseases did
jara rota mandikan nim fanna nanul la ngamen foten.
People will come to the treatment center.
Molu kana jaral dinkirato je.
Sometimes some people when they get close to him they will like faint or collapse.
Dolu kasoto nina ta hani foy nakita bala isi boy tumandulu isa fo iketutale wala isi boy dro.
And then he will say that
you would definitely know of some of the things that happened there during the program, correct?
Tambo men na ibenu maberi nyin jararo nyin wicho nyin kono woto ibe kala molti me yalon ko ibe londi soto la nyin jararo nyin ata manir nyaado to nyamso.
Can you describe to the commission what happened during these treatment sessions?
Isa fono commission e muna kake nyin jararo nyin wicho nyin kono muna ketaje.
For the asthma simply involved the drinking of some liquids that have already been prepared.
Did it have any impact on you?
Did
Did it have any impact? I didn't say Koliaku. Did it have an impact?
Little input. even showed it to him, and they were saying that probably it is coolie and it might be coming out from my system.
Ako ayo itandi president fongolele ako kayan ko asekeno ni mukulu fetengoleti membe finti kan ijato kono.
In all honesty, was that normal? What
was normal? The marks?
Was it normal that you drink some medicine and you begin to see black spots on your fingertips?
Yeah, boro mingi ina naje fengol ka finti balo surfi bul konni bul mon singol dorande bul konni fo o dal taleba.
I really don't know. I hardly get sick, mashallah. I'm not into drinking whether herbal medicine or white medicine, so I really not know whether it is normal when you take those kind of medicine. What happens?
Have you
kama long katu ate ala akai ala tendu ala sasa mamfea yo adungala nyimbori fasungulu mingulu fana mamfea bari wala na atafono la malun dal fo mukuleti men dal takela.
Have you ever seen anything like this happen to anybody? You drink medicine and then you start to see black spots on the person's fingertips.
Sida nying fo ina fa na ina kaja ka keta modo ko tengola bang kaim boro minga ina na min fem sival kana findi ala ngons bul konni
I've not been paying attention to that.
Ka selo ko amma hakilotu ngoto.
You've never seen it.
Ina na maji.
And it was cause for concern to you, wasn't it?
Kule me alonko kule me alonko ay deunne foto nyand.
Yes, counsel.
Selo ko ha ya de hunne no.
And that is why you told him.
Wala sabu yo fa ya itandala.
Yes, counsel.
Selo ko ha.
And the response you received was suspect.
Amon jabiro e men sodabul wala nyindi ko ako ko asikeno kulu fetan wala akabe abe boro men wala sabu be finti kanna.
Not really suspect.
Wala nyindi ko asikeno ay sobindi kula.
Doesn't matter to me.
Akubari manka ate soboti ka to kulo ngoti dal ama attack kumu.
But what you saw was sufficient to worry you to some extent.
Bariye menja keta kulde me alonko ay sile pour me alonko abe akede abekele de
I was not worried.
Even though you're seeing black spots on your fingers.
Ano nyaanya e fem fingol je mon singol bul konni ngol bala.
It was really minor.
Selo ko mu kundin nati wala na ma de.
But you were convinced about Jame's treatment.
Not convinced. Because I'm not a beneficiary. I've not been sick. He has not treated me. So I'm not convinced. Am I in doubt whether it is working or it does not work?
You were at least convinced enough to recommend your mom and cousin for treatment.
Yes, I did.
Council ka bari woto aya ilata la hanufo isana anin ibama ye ni ya marodi pour finally double jara ronyindo.
And what were they to be treated for?
Nyanta ulu jara la munela
hypertension.
Selo ko yelesia.
Both of them had hypertension.
Both of them.
Did
they do the treatment?
They did. It was just you drink it once, and he said that is it. You don't need to take it again.
So, and your people did as were instructed.
Yes, they took the medicine. You actually take it in his presence.
And he claimed you drink one bottle or one glass, you are cured of hypertension.
For good.
That is what he said.
Yep.
And you believed him.
At that time, I had no reason to doubt him.
And your mother also believed him.
He did.
And your cousin also believed him. They drank the concoction.
They did.
Is your mom free of hypertension?
Both Both of them are still alive and they are still hypertensive.
In
fact, my cousin had a stroke not long ago because of this hypertensive.
Was Jammeh truthful to them or did Jammeh lie to them?
Yeah, council guy Jammeh fo
I will say his medicine, hypertensive medicine, did not work. That is not the answer to my question. Did Yaya Jammeh tell them the truth or did Yaya Jammeh lie to them? I will say he failed them. You see, Mr. Witness, I will not be tired. I will ask my question and you will answer it. Did he tell them the truth or did he lie to them? Counsel, if I promise you a service and I fail and the service is failed,
wairi atayafo men kama amantama wato wala mnyintiko ay faniyale
prefer to say he failed. I prefer to use the word
sedo ka be sonna wala le bare atela kuma kamoto ataba fele ko ala boro nyin amunta amata
sugarcoat, and I would prefer to call it by its right name.
Ite ba eto nyinyandila le barente na fola
Lied to them. He lied to your mother. Work. Of a lie.
17, that's not what it said.
It starts with some patients were in a very bad state. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you read the last sentence? They looked better from when they went in. However, Jammeh stated he was going to cure the patients within 3 days. However, some of them ended up being there until I left.
That is correct.
Amunta kuma kansa feri noto nyina fotako akabe jara tili sabako bari doluna ta tarajile hanfo wato men ntenganda hado ko wala ngetuje.
And for how long were you there?
18 months, I will say.
Kansul kayete wuce jelle kije ako sanji kilin karwo.
Did he tell them the truth or did he lie to them?
That
was not true.
So he lied. And these people, have you ever encountered any one of them who said he or she was cured of HIV/AIDS? Have you ever seen? Who claims to have been cured of HIV/AIDS?
Council ko ngai ni ngamen wala nyinde fo ini ni mol men ye dunda njara lo fo ini mo nana bental
This period of 18 months while you were there, many people have been discharged as having been cured, correct?
Council kay ko ni kartang anin seyo nyin kono wato men be nun je modol be jele nan ko ye bulale ko ikende atale jaralo nyin kono sedo ko ha.
I would show you some other pictures.
Council kay ben dalo dul tandilela.
And you would tell us whether these are in fact pictures of people taking claim to have been cured of HIV/AIDS.
Ni natalo jube isa fo mole fo ni mole men yalan ko iko ni mole men ko iko jara la fo ikendera kabo ni kuran keso la HIV/AIDS.
Mr. Chair, I'll give you the reference numbers of all these pictures. They will be exhibited in a stack.
Ansulka badila chairman ibebe number kele belele bari be kala sede kay tolleti.
Yes, I confirm that discharge programs were organized and they were some of the people who were declared to be cured. And
selo ko ha programu luketa jele dame yalon ko iko mulu melu kendeyata wol programu luketa jele wol natalo lemnyilti.
Some of these people in these photographs have testified before this commission.
Council ka nyim modo mo koto dol be membe ni natalo to wol dol diamuta nyin commission nyati ngola janne yela sede andiro dile.
And they claim that they still have HIV.
And ye nyin te fole ko hanin ka bi HIV/AIDS kuraw nyin abelale.
Does that surprise you?
Fo e jahalle ba?
no?
Why?
Mane ya sabo metere.
I see you smiling. Isn't it the case, Mr. Witness, that this so-called treatment was a hoax? It was all a lie.
It
was all a lie.
Whether it was a hoax, I think it's only Jammeh who can tell. But yes, it did not. It has failed. It did not succeed. I really don't know the motive why it was done. Whether it was based on good intentions or it was just for drama. I really don't know.
Akama long katu njaro amuno be fonene rolong focus to balilem fufania long atumandolo atibakela tumena ngani akendo le soto purka ke barbitum ay akeda lilo men kan amalom bari Allah bango be ana take kuleti memmantam.
and it was known that it did not work.
Absolutely.
Absolutely what?
Did not work. My mom and my cousin are good examples.
Akamantama kadra abama ning asanau hanimbi wol fawlu mu santiyan wolleti hanimbi itatajara alquran na jabela.
And that is for the hypertension. It didn't work. And equally it did not work for the HIV. Does that mean yes? I see you shaking your head. You need to register your answer on the record.
I really didn't know. The patient said it did not work, and then it did not work.
Well, here they are. They have testified before the TRRC, and none of them said they were cured of HIV.
Council can
It did not work.
And during this treatment program, have you ever seen any single one of them sat down and cancelled by Jame or any of the members of his team about what they were to expect and the impact of the treatment was going to have on them? Have you ever seen that?
Nope.
Wajara ro wuce yin kono fene ne ajele jamme mu sindi yin sasa tolu kono puruka aya marika kumolu faye menu bekela anin amari nyanta jikila munela sinin sama mune bekela sedo ko hani amoje.
What wait for the interpretation, then you give your answer. Otherwise those watching may get lost as to what the answer was. They've never been cancelled in your presence.
Council said, Council Gaumunda, enemy Kachandi Inyala. Nimol men that a jaralo, enemy Kachandi Inyala.
Yes.
Said Okoha and enemy Kachandi.
In your presence, was any one of them given a choice whether to undergo the treatment or not to?
For ide fo nyala fo an ina ya sede ala nyimol minara jaralo fo ya koni lan ke fanna fo landi ndam fo ni lafta ita jaralo ba ni mala fi ganata ni jaralo fo yo landi en koni landi yo nyamalo.
No, not in my presence.
Ko manke atanyala o nene manka nyala.
These patients who were subjected to the HIV/AIDS treatment, where did they live during the time of the treatment?
Nyimol men yalon ko nyim kuran keso be la ka me HIV and AIDS jaralo nyi bi nyin kono e ben sabata min tole.
There's a clinic, there used to be a clinic in Bakau. That's currently where they are doing the COVID center. That was where they were housed.
Ako jaral dinkira be Bakau sai kanyin COVID jankaro jara da member wo tembo yin mulu nati wo dinkira letonu.
Were they free to go home?
For I
was not aware of their administrative details.
Were
you aware that they were kept under armed security?
No, I was not aware of that. But yes, I remembered Jamme saying that they will not be allowed to leave or to move around during the treatment.
Ibelun sojaro la kantaro la kono menu ni joramo bije bari ay hakilo nyimuta jamme be nyim fulatu mo menako nyimolu ite sonna pour ka murumurun ka